I don't know how many of you would know my background at all, but basically 50 years ago, when I was 5 years of age, I lost an eye to cancer. This eye right here is plastic. I lived all of my elementary days, all of my junior high days, all of my high school and college days, hiding, face down, afraid, never wanting anybody to notice that I might have one eye. Why? Because kids are mean. I grew up being called Cyclops. I grew up being called One Eye, and I carried myself like a handicapped, one-eyed person. Always the victim, always hiding. I was never a cheerleader. Doing this would have been akin to my greatest nightmare. When I was in high school, you had to take either speech or debate to graduate. I was like, I am not getting up in front of people and arguing. It's going to be awkward enough to get up in front of people, so I'm going to just do the speech class. I remember over-preparing, had the little 3x5 cards, get up to speak, and one of the boys in the back of my class says, "What's wrong, Cyclops?" Just mouthed it, and I froze. And the teacher was like, "If you want to go out of the room and come back in, you can." So I went out of the room, came back in, and there was laughing, and they were like making faces and covering one eye. And all of a sudden, I ran out of the room, into the guidance counselor, and I said, "I can't do this. I can't do this. I cannot do speech. It is impossible for me. I have one eye." And they said, "You know what? You're right. You're right. You're handicapped. You should never be made to get up in front of people." I said, "Thank you." They said, "We're going to waive the requirement for speech for you." I said, "Awesome." And then I said, "Now there's another class I'm having a really hard time in." And they said, "What's that?" I said, "Typing. Typing is impossible for me." Back then, we had a typewriter in front of us, and we had to look to the side. I was like, "Are my hands on the keys?" I couldn't even see my hands. You people are not even existing in these two rows. I only see here and here because I have limited lines of sight. They said, "You'll never be typing things for a living, will you?" I'm like, "Never." They said, "Well, you could probably pay other people to type your papers in college." I said, "I can." So the two things, speech and typing, that I got out of at 15, I thought, I am so free. God was laughing. He's like, "Look at her. The two areas that she's afraid of, I'm going to make her face one day." Because see, God understands that when you face what you fear, you become fearless. And so God will intentionally position your life to face off with that one thing that you are so afraid of, and then he will bring it through. See, God does not anoint the areas of your life where you are strong and see him as unnecessary. God anoints the areas of your life where you are weak so he can show himself strong.